Well, I got a little behind in my work. I'm trying to set up here. Trying to set up and forgot to take the base out of the car. So I got to go get the base out of the car. Excuse me. Pardon me, folks. I got to get the base out of the car. I got set up all nice and left the base in the car. Sorry about that. But that's the way it goes. I got a little late. The family decided at the last minute to come out to Hope, and here I am underneath that big tower. Oh boy, it's about 100 feet away. Zapping us all. And I'll show you how I plan to open the show. I love this opening. Still in tune. So here's how I plan to open the show. Let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know. So I will tell you as we settle into place. It's impossible to sing and move the bass. You're a lovely group of people. You deserve their courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. Yes, yes, I practice, but it will not mean a thing, 'cause it's impossible to move the bass and sing. You see, the bass is heavy. It's not like a guitar. On bass you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. Are not there. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not let as make 1,000, do not throw tomatoes at me. Keep this all in mind. Remember, this is serious. Remember, this is art. Remember this, or I will fall apart. Wow, 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 wow. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me. Keep this all in mind. So as I make 1,000 errors. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me. Keep this all in mind. Remember, this is serious. Remember, this is art. Remember this, or I will fall apart. Wah, 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 then I'd have to pray to God to come and intercede. And she'd only sit and laugh at my wanton greed. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. Yes, yes. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. And she knows it's impossible. So bad, so bad, boo bad, boo bad. So bad, too bad, too bad, boo bad. Do do da do 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 da do do da do do. To sing and play the bass. Look who made it. Look who found his way out to Long Valley. It's awful good to see you. Good to see you. How you been? I got an allergy. Achoo! Achoo! I shouldn't be sitting in the grass for so long. I get it. Let's put you over here. Yeah, so he can watch what's going on. I'm even closer to the old Verizon tower today than I've ever been before, because I decided I'd get a little of the road noise away. I'm now 150 feet away from the road noise, and you'll see where's the tower? Oh, there it is. There it is. So I've got 127 bars. Your mic picks up great from afar. Did I ever tell you that joke from Baltimore? The three wise men went to see the baby Jesus in Bethlehem, and they walked into the little farm, the little stall. And Mary's sitting there with the baby Jesus, and she looks at them, and they're all covered with soot. There's these three wise men from Baltimore, and they're all covered with soot. And she says, and kind of dirty, she says, well, three wise men, what happened? What's the problem? She says, oh, we just come from afar. Okay, well, that's a Baltimore joke. Guess you had to be there. Goldie Award. The statue made the trip. Yes, the statue made the trip. And the statue's now looking in awe at the tower. Just in awe at the tower. He says, I want to be that tall. That's how big I want to be. There are no bad notes in music. Well, we could walking song, impossible to sing and play the bass. Tony Pereira is watching. Hey, Tomoko. Tomoko, I didn't bring my... We made a last-minute trip to Hope, and I don't know how to play your track. I'll play it tomorrow. But Tomoko sent me a great little track of Change My Occupation, which is really fun. And I can just play it live and sing with it. Can't beat that. Now we don't want to fall off the hood of the car. Oops. We just might. Anyway, good to see everybody. Kind of fun to be here. This bass has a lot of highs in it, so it comes. Here's another we're going to do tomorrow in the key of G, exactly like we do it tomorrow. When you look in the mirror in the morning, I wonder what you see. Whoa, 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 whoa. 'Cause when I see you in the evening, you don't look so hot to me. Whoa, 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 whoa. A poor soul all downtrodden and all wrapped up in his own misery. I hate to preach to you, 'cause preaching's kind of rude. Do down down, zo do do. I hate to preach to you, but let me not be misconstrued. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's time for you to reach deep down inside yourself, my brother. Try to change your attitude. 'Cause misery's your mistress and bad luck seems to be your wedded wife. Misery's your mistress and she's causing you a mess of stress and strife. Time to change your attitude and bring a little joy into your life. Bring a little joy into your life. Yes, misery's your mistress and bad luck seems to be your wedded wife. Misery's your mistress and she's causing you a mess of stress and strife. Time for you to change your attitude and bring a little joy into your life, your life, your life. Time to change your attitude and bring a little joy into your life. Ooh, as I was singing that song, I got to tell you the truth. The car, because I forgot my, I forgot my big tripod for the camera. The phone is sitting on top of the hood of the car. And I realized it's hot. It's hot because I just drove out from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the floor, tilt it up. Come back, me. Come back. And see how well this will work. Get Oscar, put him right here. And that way the breeze is coming through will hopefully cool the phone to the point that it doesn't get overheated, because I suspect sitting on top of the hood of the car, and it's got to be 75 out here right now. It's too darn hot. Oops. Oh, what is this? Take 2 steps left, 4 steps right. Oh, and dig. I'll do that later. An idea for a song was, I need my own jet plane. I guess I do. Anyway, I have some stuff I want to do for you today. Let me see what's the one I really wanted to do. Here's the one I've been thinking about all day. Just because, again, Freddie Cole, God, he sang everything. Freddie sang everything. I heard him sing this one too. And I was laughing at myself last night, channeling Freddie Cole. So you met someone who set you back on your heels. Goody, goody. You met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody, goody. So you gave him your heart too, like I gave mine to you. And he broke it in little pieces. Now how do you do that? So you lie awake just singing the blues all night. Goody, goody. So you think that love's a barrel of dynamite. Hooray and hallelujah. You had it coming to you. A goody, goody for him. Goody, goody for me. I hope you're satisfied, you rascal. I like this song. So you lie awake just singing the blues all night. Goody, goody. So you think that love's just a barrel of dynamite. Hooray and hallelujah. You know you had it coming to you. Goody, goody for him. Goody, goody for me. Goody, goody for me. I hope you're satisfied. I hope you're satisfied. I hope you're satisfied. You rascal, you. Now that was a very good version. That was a very nice version. I say it's a very good version because I actually enjoyed it. And if I enjoy it, I have a feeling that people are at least tolerating it nicely. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Let's see who's chiming in here tonight. Oh, my phone is hot. I don't like the way it is. Helmer. Howard. Francois Alicane is watching. You have to be careful. He is well done. If I had to title the look of the show tonight, it would be Not American Gothic. And why would that be? Julie Loken is watching. Gerald Cannon is watching. Everyone is having a great holiday weekend. Yeah, boy. There's the tower upside down. Oh, rotate your own phone. It said rotate my phone. Didn't like what I just did to it. If I had to title the show tonight, it would not be American. It would be not American Gothic. I'll have to think about that. Steven Goldberg. Well, as you can see, this is a big park. And absolutely no one in the whole community is using it. There's no organized sports. You'd think there was some kind of pandemic or something. There's my car with my music on it. There's no breeze tonight. Oh, and look, there's some weather coming in. Well, we'll listen for it. We'll listen for it. I guess I'm just good for rain. Jean Plant. American Rustic. Ned White. Ned the Sled. No, Ned the Sled. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. In your honor, I'll just provide some more music. I know Bernie Feinberg's probably watching. He and his wife go to dinner and take me to a restaurant and just put me on the table and play it as loud as they can so everybody wants to shoot them. No, they don't do that. Oops. American Gothic. American not so Gothic. I had another song here I wanted to do, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for a little bit of inspiration to hit me. Here I am in customs, inexplicably detained, and from getting angry, I will have to be refrained. Yes, I've read the regulations. What could the problem be? Why, oh, why are you detaining me? Okay, perhaps I did pick up a couple things abroad, but this kind of harassment really ought to be outlawed. You're making such a big deal over minuscule details. So much fuss about a box of snails. Yes, I have been in Nairobi raising sheep and cattle. Yes, I read the regulations, all that pointless prattle. But so much fuss and bother about a bag of soil. Frankly, you are making my blood boil. I just have to tell you, there's two people walking. The first two people I've seen here in 5 shows. They're walking across the parking lot and they're going to be staring at me. It was 2 men. Oh, who knew? I've got 2 alligators from the hot Brazilian swamps. A testy little chimpanzee that screeches, bites, and stomps. An otter from the Maldives, a goat from Kathmandu. A cockroach from a hut in Timbuktu. A little baby llama from the mountains of Tibet. Thank you very much. Mountains of Tibet. 6 or 7 ostrich eggs that have not hatched. I'm on Facebook. Right. I'm doing a Facebook Live concert to people around the world and to you.
Oh, wow. How nice.
And I come here because the reception is so good next to the tower that my phone doesn't blank out. I have a house in Hope and our reception is like this. But here, it's fantastic. It's such... Right, and this has been quiet. You're the first. I've done about 6 shows here, and you're the first people I've talked to who have even wandered through in 6 hours. Well, good. It's great to see you both. Thank you.
You're staying
All right.
well and safe and
Yes, yes. Well, I am. I'm my. We're distancing the hell out of ourselves. You know,
Yes, aren't we though?
we're at the proper age to really take it seriously. Yes, yes.
My grandmother died in the one in 1918.
Oh my Lord!
Or
In the
whatever.
Spanish flu, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Your grandmother died in that one. Well, wow. 50 million people died in that one. I think I understand.
She
That's
was caring for my aunt who was 10 years old.
there was. Yeah, go ahead.
Caring for her 24/7.
Yes.
And my aunt survived, but my grandmother caught it, passed away.
No, my. Yeah. Well, we all have friends. We all know people who've died in this one too.
Yeah.
Folks, great to see you. Thank you.
Continue.
I will continue. I've got two alligators from the hot Brazilian swamps, a testy little chimpanzee that screeches, bites, and stomps, an otter from the Maldives, a goat from Kathmandu, a cockroach from a hut in Timbuktu, a little baby llama from the mountains of Tibet, 6 or 7 ostrich eggs that have not hatched quite yet, mosquitoes from Botswana, parrot from Peru, and you won't let me through. You confiscate my passport, now that is such a drag, just because you found a couple earthworms in my bag. I've read the regulations. What could the problem be? Why, oh, why are you detaining me? Now you're getting all upset. I do not understand. This is just a peregrine pigeon perching on my hand. These are just some monkey droppings I found in Zaire. And now you won't come near. You want to check my briefcase? Go ahead now, please. What are those? Nothing. Persian bugs and fleas. A little Irish whiskey, some camembert from France. Turtles, killer bees, and fire ants. I bring back some souvenirs and you all get so frantic, like maybe I should toss them all right into the Atlantic. I've read the regulations. What could the problem be? Why, oh, why are you detaining me? Why, oh, why are you detaining me? Why, oh, why are you detaining me? Zoody, zoo, zoody, zoo, 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 You know, I have a little list of songs we played. Oh, for the healthcare show. Remember the old healthcare show? Robert Frost did write in settings beautiful and rustic. He wrote of rolling hills and green terrain. While poor me, I must do my writing in the chaos of the city, sometimes even on a subway train. How am I to ever learn about the woodlands and the falling leaves of autumn and such things sublime, when I must must spend all of my life trucking around this dirty city, doing what I can to earn a dime, dime, dime. How did Robert Frost make payments on that little country house of his? Where did he get the dough? Could he go down to the country store and sell a poem, saying, here's a nice one, I wrote about the snow? Surely now he must have had a sponsor of some sort, perhaps a lady friend who simply rolled in red. A lady friend to say, now Bob, why don't you take a long, long walk and write whatever pops into your head, head, head. She say, oh, Bobby, don't you worry about the mortgage, doody-do, babe. Bobby, don't you worry about the bills. Bobby, why don't you go write a poem about the fences, a ship about the neighbors and the rolling hills. Bobby, don't you worry about the dishes. No, 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 no. Bobby, don't you touch those pans. Bobby, now it is not good that an artist like yourself should be walking around this world with dishpan hands. So you see, old Bob was free to follow through his fancies, wander through the woods behind the mews. Boy, if I had Bobby's life, I could follow through my fancies. Oh, to be in Bobby's shoes. Boy, if I had Bobby's life, I could be a hero. Go out and find my fortune and my fame. The only trouble is I hear from people who have found it, everything in life stays just the same, same, same. Just the same. Just the same. While I was singing, I was glancing, just looking over at the tower, and I saw a very frail little, looks like a wire ladder. And then I realized, sure enough, that's what somebody has to climb. Is that right? Could that possibly be right? Is that the way they get up to it? Yes, oh my God. It has to be it. There's not even a ladder. There's not even a ladder, just little spikes sticking out. You hold on to the cable, and you put one foot after another, and one foot after another, and you go all the way up there, and you fix something, and then you bring yourself all the way down. I don't think I'm so crazy about that job. Did you see the little just little spikes sticking out of it, and you've got to work your way up? Not good. Not a good idea. Might as well close the door to my car. And sure enough, over in the distance, Dark clouds are going to come. Gray skies are going to come by. Da, da. The tower is the giant lightning rod. Oh, you think so? I know it is. But, and in a minute, I mean, I can't believe it, but look over there. It's over there. I mean, every time I've been out here, and I promised my son, I promised my daughter, and I promised my wife, and I promised myself, if there's the slightest hint of electricity, I'm out of here again. So anyway, we have thunderstorms in Rockland County. We have thunderstorms in Rockland County. We've got big floods down in Peru. We've got tornadoes in New York City. What the hell does it mean to you? Boom. Okay, that's not a very good one. Howard Gloucester. That thing is a giant lightning rod. And John Weber says, let's find out. Okay, I'm going to go climb it. Got dizzy just thinking about that job. Dizzy? Why I wrote a song about dizzy. Dal Pellegrini. Let me see, where's the tower? I should keep the tower in view all the time while I'm doing this. Let me try. How do I do it? That's good. Just enough that you can see it. It really exists. There you go. Lift the phone up. Let's find out. Don't take your... I'm going to... If I go up, Bill, I'm taking the base up there. Because I'll be in the papers and in the asylum at the same time. They'll take me down from there. I could like do one of those things where you stay up in a tower for a week or a month. He took his base up there and practiced for a month. That's the big one. Anyway, boy, is the reception good, huh? Many universities are planning to bring students back to campus this fall, but the professors, they're not coming. I'm sorry, I keep getting news. Don't take your base up there. Instead of a woman and a man with a pitchfork in the field in the famous Grant Wood's American Gothic painting, it's, yes, I get it now. It's you a base and a Mac award, hence not a bit obtuse. But Jay, you could have figured it out. You're right. You're right. Listen, the base doesn't need to be here. I don't need to be here. But the Mac award, Okay, so it's 23 years since I got one. But I'll get another one. I think they don't give them out anymore. I'll get a Verizon award. There's a plane flying up there at 10,000 feet, so that's pretty good. All right, we'll continue on. We'll act as though nothing's going to harm me. Now there's a picture. That's my next album. I'm going to stop there for a second and use that as my next album cover. Do they still do albums? But you have to go into a recording studio, don't you? Don't you wish you'd taken up the flute? People ask me every day. They really can't conceive it, they really don't believe it, that anyone would choose the bass to play. Anyone would choose the bass to play. Don't you wish you played the clarinet? People ask me with a laugh. I tell them, yes, I actually try to play the clarinet. Till I accidentally broke the thing in half. Accidentally broke the thing in half. And you won't break a clarinet in half because, seeing as how it's 5 pieces, you're going to break it in 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. The mouthpiece, the barrel, upper joint, the lower joint, and the bell. And since I've been making this joke, I saw something in the in a magazine last night that the barrel, they now have a barrel for the clarinet that you can twist and turn and change the shape of it and the size of it. So you can really hone your sound down. So now when all the clarinet players sound really great, you're going to know they really weren't that great. They just got the new barrel. Because they're all going to sound like a combination of Eddie Daniels and Ken Poplawski and Richard, what's his name? Richard Poindexter. What's his name? Richard, the classical player who likes to. But they got this little thing that you twist, supposedly, and the barrel and the joint between the mouthpiece and the first joint will change its size and its shape, and it's good. I like it. I actually, yes. Don't you wish you played the clarinet? People ask me that. I tell them yes. I actually tried to play the clarinet until I accidentally broke the thing in half. When I was 6, I took up the piano. But us 6-year-olds find so much to distract us. I really, really hated reading music, and I always cried when it was time to practice. So I took up the guitar. It was much more fun by far, and I began to solve the riddle. But my brother was a genius, mastered the guitar, and very soon I was back on second fiddle. At age 13 I finally found the bass, and I knew I had potential. At age 13 I simply loved the bass. Every note it played seemed so essential. You play a note, it rings out deep and true. Every note you play is up to you. You stand there all alone, completely on your own. Don't you wish you played the violin? You should put that big thing on and dye it. Let me see you fit that underneath your chin. Oh, the bass jokes are such a riot. Don't you wish you'd taken up the flute? A question I have heard since God knows when. But I've been lugging basses round since I was a boy, and I do it all again. I do it all again. Yes, I do. Yes, I do it all again. I don't know. I don't like this next cloud coming through. I'm afraid I'm going to have to call it off. It's looking like, I was actually a pilot in my 20s. And I know the look of a cloud that can toss a storm. So I'm afraid that's going to be it. I mean, I remember flying along, and here I am next to Lightning Central here. I'm just going to cool it. Folks, I'm sorry I have to cancel another show due to the weather. It's this one here I don't like. I don't like this one. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.